Alan, first off, being named club captain, what does being captain of Cork City mean to you?
I'm very proud, Roar. Very proud of the situation. It's an honour. It's no, I've said it before. Nothing will really change about me and about the way I do things. But it's a nice little title, I suppose. Nice little pat on the back to get.
A number of captains, I suppose, still in the squad. No, that's a cliche, but
yeah, there is. No matter what way you do it, like it's kind of become a bigger thing recently, I suppose, in naming of a captain and naming of a team captain and club captain and all the rest. But ever since I was involved in football, there was always 6-7 lads who ran a group, and that's the way it is here as well.
I imagine that leading Cork City out in front of a packed Turner's Cross now is quite the honour.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's probably more made of it on the outside than there is on the inside, really. Get the game day, you just do a couple of things different. Outside of that, go about your normal day-to-day, the usual, the exact same.
How much are you looking forward to Saturday's game?
Yeah, I can't wait. End of last year was really difficult, I suppose, and then you spend the Christmas stewing over it, I got a bike and I was out tearing around the hills and cycling about and keeping fit and just thinking about that game, I suppose, for a good few weeks after it, good few months. So now it's coming around that we're back in competitive football, and you want to start now and then really get at it.
You laid down the marker in front of them like that.
I think so, yeah. I think it's competitive football, and it's what we're building up towards, and last few seasons it's been a really good competition for us, I suppose, so we want to keep that.
I think it's your 12th season, I think, with Cork City has over the 2 spells, so you can't by experience, but what kind of shape are you in?
I feel good, Trev. Yeah, I feel good. I just got a kick there off Aaron Barry in training, so that's always nice that I'm able to get up off that, but no, I feel good in general. Training really, really hard. Last week was one of the toughest weeks probably put down in a long time. The lads really gave everything, and I prefer to see that, putting it all out in those sessions Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because we did a full week, double sessions every day, and it was heavy going, but to get it and to get it in the bank is great, and you feel once you get into the season, then it definitely comes back and repays you,
I'd say part of your brief as well, it's bringing the young lads in. John is saying a lot of young fellas. You've a number of good defenders, younger than you obviously, so
yeah,
to bring them on as well, I suppose.
The lads are looking great, Trev, to be honest. There's Conor Mack, Sean McLaughlin, Ronan Hurley, John Kavanagh, Colm Morgan, all across the back, all good young players, good young lads, really want to get going now, and they're really experiencing success and experiencing the top level of football, what it can give in this country, and that can only make you more and more hungry, and then you see what can happen 1 or 2 good seasons, and it can kind of change the rest of your life, really.
Yeah, I suppose Dundalk is the team you look forward to most playing, because they're obviously the biggest rivals, so that's the same with everyone. But what does it mean to you playing against Dundalk? How do you approach it?
Yeah, they've probably gained more and more significance over the years, and they're the team they're the double champions like we were last season, and they're the team that everyone's out to get now this year, and we're the exact same. We want to challenge them, we want to go at them really, and just see how they're set up. Obviously they've not really changed much of their playing personnel, but their backroom staff has changed quite dramatically, so we want to put a good solid test to them up as quick as we can, and really test out how it's working.
Yeah, the previous 3 finals, I think you scored 9 and conceded only 2, so defensively very strong, and the 2 games at Turner's Cross you haven't conceded at all against them, and obviously that will always give you a chance. That's Cork City have built their, I suppose, their runs and defensively is big part of the reason you've been competitive.
Yeah, absolutely. It's no coincidence that when you're keeping clean sheets and keeping scorelines down to 1s and 0s over a season, that you're in amongst it then come the end. That's any good team that's historically shown. For us it's the exact same. It's about maintaining those habits, and defending is so much about being patient in a situation and really keeping the percentage of opportunities for the opposition to a minimal, so that you're slowly and surely just grinding them down and keeping all those nice and small, and then keeping clean sheets is what we talk about, so what all defenders talk about.
Do you expect Dundalk to be as strong as they were last year?
Yeah, it'll be, as I said, interesting, because I suppose they've added it, but they haven't really lost many in terms of playing staff, but obviously their background, their management team has changed quite dramatically, so that can have effect within the group, and they will be the team to beat. They will be the team that if you get above them, you're winning things. So they've set the standards last year, and it's up to us now to try and go and put it up to them.
Alan, have you a decision made as to how many more years you're gonna keep playing, or do you look at the Super Bowl and see Tom Brady winning at 41 and think, there's a few years left yet?
I was watching Donegal Callan the other night. Did you see that show? And then they was talking with Cora Staunton, the AFL player, and they were saying that sport's quite ageist, and I was sat up and I kind of agreed with that. Look, I haven't made a decision to answer your question. I'm just taking it as it comes. My last year of my contract, so at the moment I'm really just seeing it as it comes along. I'll speak to John about that when the time's right, make a decision, and but at the moment I have a 1 year left in professional contract that I've done since probably signed here for City Youths, maybe City when I was 19, probably got my first contract with Cork City, so it's what I've done for the last how many years, and it's something I love doing. As I said, every Sunday night I don't feel bad about getting up Monday morning, really look forward to coming back in, and to be honest I'm petrified about stepping out of it, so the longer I stay in the better. And
during pre-season, John has gone with three at the back. Like, as a centre back, you obviously are one of the fellas who has to kind of adapt to doing something slightly differently. Like, can you kind of can you describe for the layman what the differences entail playing in a two-man central defence compared to a three? Yeah, fair question. For me, it's more about, you kind of always have that balance of a four, and everyone understands that back four. You've seen it for years, and then with the three, it becomes either a three or a five. Depending on the situation scenario you're in. So I think the key to it is to switching from those quite quickly, which can give you strengths when you're defending five, and when you're attacking, more bodies going forward. So that, I suppose, is about as simple as I can make the kind of challenge. At the end of the day, it's the same habits that you always have regarding defending, the basics, but in terms of general shape, you're going from a four, I suppose, back four, but then you're playing a back three to a back five. That's the kind of two. But it's been great. I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed the challenge and the learning of it, and looking at the different parts of it, and we've gone through a load of it. So it's quite refreshing, really. I've never really had it before in my career. So it's refreshing to come in and learn about it.
You touched on the cup final defeat there earlier on, Alan.
Yeah.
Can you describe what the days after that were like for you personally, like when you know that you're going to have a couple of months to stew on it, and they're celebrating, and I'm sure you're kind of finding it hard to avoid all the pictures and the videos and social media. Like, it must be a tough one. Yeah, it's low, Paul. Yeah, it's low because it is so final. It's so just ending. As I said, I went away, went down to Dundee, bought a bike for myself, wanted to do something that I could just focus myself on for a few weeks, and all around Christmas, just tearing up around where I am up in Glamire, up around Knockra, all around there, there's a few hills, and that's where I took out most of the aggression, I suppose, most of my anger on it. But you are stewing, for a few days. Look, sure, it never gets easier, and you're just really doing as best you can, focusing towards the season. Was it made harder by the fact that on the day you actually turned in one of your best performances of the season and you still just fell short? Yeah. I have it recorded at home, and I see it on the Sky player so often. I still can't bring myself to look at it. I still can't. It's there, and I flick through, and I'm thinking I'll look next week, but I won't. I haven't looked at any of the finals, but I do feel that we played well. But look, that's in the past now, So we're just really looking forward to the season. I suppose because you've lost so many players from last season, and the guys who've come in maybe aren't as experienced. It's kind of a perception that maybe Pats and Rovers are going to be the ones to push Dundalk closer than he has done in the past few seasons. On that kind of basis, do you feel like you have a bit of a point to prove, and will that stand you in good stead as well? Maybe? I think so. I think the behaviours of this group and the behaviours of this club at the moment are quite strong, and they, whether players come in or out, will stay the same. So then when players come in, they have to get into them pretty quickly, or else they'll be told.
So I think that's the strength in our club, in our group. Yeah, look, the last few seasons there's always been clubs who've recruited strongly. Rovers, as you said, Pats as well, Waterford, probably last season, same this season. I would love even league, teams beating teams every week, good and competitive. I would love that, and I think every League of Ireland fan would love that. And I think it's up to teams like us, ourselves, Pats, Rovers, Waterford, all the things you mentioned, to go and put it up to Dundalk, and to not just be overwhelmed by playing them when playing them, or not to be overawed, or not to just, you know, to really challenge them and really put it up to them. So that's what I would love to see as a League of Ireland fan.
And just lastly for me, and obviously you're kind of moving into the coaching now as well at the club. How's that going for you?
I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. Yeah, the under-13s, really good group of lads. Put together our squad, signed them all now. It's refreshing, like, you know, I'm there and I'm talking to lads who might not peak for another 10 years, you know, and a goalkeeper might not peak for another 20 years, like, and you're trying to put that perspective into them and talk to them about that, and it's absolutely great to see the energy and the enthusiasm they bring is fantastic. Cool.